Alright guys, welcome to the Flying Saucer Virginia Disc Golf YouTube channel here. We got the Flying Saucer Open #1 here at Limestone Ledges. This video here will be on the Lower Forest front 9. AJ, Ashton, Chris, and Nick are playing, and that's going to be the order for the first tee. Here we go. For this shot, you really just want to get down straight to the right of those trees right there that AJ just threw into. Kind of like that, but then the basket we're playing to is the left basket. We're playing the white to A's layout, but we have a little bit of par changes, a little bit of tee pads where we switch over to the other tee pad just because our level, we need different shots, and we can't do the harder shots quite yet. So walking up to Nick's second shot, he didn't get a good drive off that. He hit the trees that you want to go to the right of. He had a pretty good upshot right there. Nothing's to complain about. Ashton just didn't get enough behind it. Just kind of threw it straight into the ground. Barely got over the path. It was all good from where he's at. AJ got a pretty nice, easy shot at it. Just hooked a little right. Ashton for his upshot for this right here before a par save. And just turned it over a little too much out of the hand. I did the same right here. This just comes out of my hand a little turn. Never came back. Nick with the big arm circle. You got to relax your arms before you putt, no matter what. Big putt right here, though. Hit the bar, but just a little low. Hit the pole, not the bar. My bad. AJ just threw it a little high and a little too much hyzer. Ashton with a long putt. Oh. Just missed it high, almost landed on top of the basket, which does not count. You may think it does, but it does not count. Everybody tapped in from where they were. Here we go with hole 2. The basket's over there in those trees. I went a little too far to the right, but you see the gap straight ahead. You kind of want to aim for that. Nick took a big forehand right here. Kind of went over the trees to the left, and it came in, sat right on the edge of the gap on the far left side, but he had a pretty good shot from where he was. Ashton for his hole 2 tee pad. Just threw a little high. Other than that, you can't really do much about that. Same thing with AJ right there. AJ pushed a little bit farther, but still going to be too far to the left. The basket's over there in like the heavy trees to the right. Kind of hard to see from where he's at. Hooked that just a little too far to the right, but he has a good upshot from where he's at. AJ going to go for a forehand. You can kind of see the basket. It's a little bit in there. It's hard to see until you get close to it, though. He just rolled uphill a little bit. Nick with a good putt. Just didn't give it the height, but he also didn't run too long and go far of the basket because it gets slick back in there. Ashton got through. Got a little slick, but he'll be okay. AJ with a big putt. Just missed too short to the right. I don't really have a look at the basket right here. I just have to do an anhyzer, get around some trees. Park myself, though, for the easy par. Everybody here is putting. I get them in the way, but I hope I make that. Ashton with his putt. Nick already put his in. AJ's coming to tap his in right now. I know we don't mark our lies all the time, but it'll be okay. We're not playing for anything big right now. We're just playing for a couple of discs. This shot, you want to hit the straight gap and let it hyzer out. I threw it pretty good, but I think I'm going to be the short left. Kind of want to let it play a little bit straighter than what I did. Nick just hit right side of that gap. Not bad, though. Not terrible at all.
What is that, though? On the bird.
Ashton just put a little too much hyzer on it. Came out a little early. AJ just put way too much hyzer and gave it way too much height. Hopefully for the next tournament, AJ's form is looking a little bit better. We worked on it today. Being Wednesday after this tournament, we were played on Sunday the 15th of May. So, hopefully next time you guys see AJ playing, though, he's going to look a lot better than what he does in this tournament. And the whole point for this tournament is really just to show improvement, get a baseline for where we're at, and show all of our friends what the sport's all about. Nick with a big putt. If you saw my last putt, I hit a little tree there a little early. Nick called the tree there as well. AJ's far to the right. He rolled down the hill after he threw his upshot. Ashton with a big putt. Ashton always got these big putts, man. He always just hits the top of the basket, man. That's what I always do, though. I always hit the low right side of the basket. Should have been an easy putt for me, but Nick knocked down his putt. AJ missed his just a little high, but it's okay. Ashton got the unlucky roll off top of the basket. Hate to see that, man. You hate to see it. And just sold that putt, but he knocked it down from where he was. We just didn't get it on video. This basket's up there to the left a little bit. Just straight gap. If you can get left, nice. If you can just go straight, you'll be okay. You don't want to go too far left or too deep of the basket itself because it does drop off. AJ with a nice safe play just right up the middle. Nick threw his a little high. I played safe too. Ashton just let go a little too early. Basket's sneaking back there in the left side of the screen. Ashton had a little upshot. Didn't really have much from where he was. Nick getting his up. Oh, tricky spot. There's some trees there on the right side of the green that you want to get inside of, ideally. Ashton just got lucky, sat down right on the top of the hill. AJ with his putt for 2. Just low of the basket, but didn't go too far. Missed just barely right. I got a little unlucky roll. Rolled down some of the rocks down there. Nick for a big 3 right here. And boom, he knocked it down. Good putt. And you see I'm down there between the rocks. This is my putt right here. Didn't really have a good look at it. Kind of threw it a little high just because I was throwing at a different angle than I'm used to putting. Ashton knocked down his putt. AJ went to knock down his putt but sold the bag. I knocked down mine from where I was. Going into hole 5. Nick just absolutely destroys us right here. Can't throw it much better than that. I mean, he put it in the damn basket. This is just great to watch, though. I love watching this over and over. And I know he loves it, too. Here's my shot. I mean, I'm going for the same thing, but I'm not going to get it. I go long to the right. Get stuck in there and some trees back there. AJ just threw it high. But got some lucky kicks. Sat down in a normal spot. He just took a different way to get there. Ashton threw a little early. His form's looking a little different right now, too, but we're working on his consistency with his form because he does have chances where he does look good. So, Ashton and AJ just missed their putts a little short. Everybody knocked them in from where they were. I took a 3, though. Mine was a little rough. Nick almost aced it again. That would have been crazy. This shot is just straight ahead. Nothing too hard about it. Just don't go too high. Pretty tight gap. So I guess it is pretty hard, but so far we all got through. Ashton just got unlucky, just caught something barely on the right side. This had a decent shot from where he was. This hole is pretty easy, the 3. AJ gave it a little decent run, but didn't want to give it too much. Ashton for his 3 right here. Oh my goodness, just hit a little high. Nick and I knocked down our 2s right here. Going into hole 7. Uphill, just straight. This first gap is very hard to hit. Very difficult. Half the time, I just try playing soft. Just get up there through the gap, and then I don't even worry about trying to 2 this hole. I got a little lucky kick there off the right. Nick hit a tree left and kicked far right, which was unfortunate. AJ just got a little short of those trees, skipped up into the gap, got lucky. Ashton got through the gap, safe. Threw his up shot from there. He hooked a little right and got an unlucky roll down the hill. Missed Nick's second shot. Didn't really have a good angle to film, but he just threw a big hyzer out or along those outside trees. AJ with his up. I'm up there with my up. I cannot jump putt to save my life. I need to stop. Ashton with his up from where he landed. This is where Nick landed from his shot. Missed the putt just a little high. That would have been crazy, though. AJ knocked down his. Ashton knocked down his. Nick came in with the jump shot. I took my putt last. Right here. Knocked it down. Going to hole 8 right here. Just straight down the hill. Very, very tight gap. There's a little gap over the top. Nick's going to show that gap off. I pulled it off a couple of times, but it's not my shot. AJ threw a nice little hyzer right down the mid gap. I think it deserved to follow flight, in my opinion. Here's Nick's over the top. I don't know how the hell he does this every single time we play. It hurts my arm, but he landed about 10 feet from the basket. Ashton just threw that low into the ground early. Didn't really have much from where he was. Just try to get through those trees. AJ laid up his second shot and just got right underneath the basket. Ashton hit the basket just a little low on that last putt. I got a downhill putt right here. I struggle with these big time. And guess what? I hit low right of the basket again. Ashton tapped his putt in. Or did he? No, not yet. Or yeah, he did. Okay. AJ tapped his in. I tapped mine in. Nick made his putt for his 2. Going in the hole 9 right here. Just straight. You don't want to throw anything too fast. It's just, I think about 215, 220. It's nothing too big. I threw that pretty good. I just had the hyzer too much there at the end. If I could have that a little bit flatter and just go straight, it'd been nice. AJ got a pretty good tree there at the end. He caught those trees there to the left of the basket. Ashton turned it over those early trees on the right and got right in the middle of the fairway, right where you want to be. A little throw in kind of look. Missed it just short. Got a little easy kick though, easy putt. Same thing with Ashton. AJ went for the putt. Almost made it. Clipped the bottom of the basket. Nick hit the top of the basket. They should have just met in the middle. They've been all right. Ashton tapped his in. Nick's tapping his in. AJ's tapping his in. And you get the first person point of view for the last shot of this round. And so that is the front 9 of the lower forest of the first part of the Flying Saucer Open. These are the scores at the end of the front 9. Thank you guys for coming. See you in the next one. Peace.